So for today's presentation, me and Harry, as a group, we're going to talk about the leadership within Apple. And here is the beginning of our presentation. And let's welcome Harry to do the further presentation.
In this presentation, we'll be describe how Apple have managed to become the most influential leader in the technology products through the influence tactics, power, culture, diversity, innovation, and creativity. Next page. In 2007, the Apple's first generation of smartphones came out. The first iPhone attracts consumers with its unique appearance, and the influence tactics of the Apple can be defined by three parts: the word of mouth marketing, market competitive strategy analysis, and the Apple mobile phone brand strategy inspiration. The Apple's word of mouth marketing is the internet age is an era with a lot of information, and consumers feel information overload because they cannot handle complex advertising information, so that consumers do not know how to choose products in market. Once these people experience the advanced nature, reliability, and the super superiority of Apple, they will take the initiative to pass this information on to the people around them, and even spread it further to improve Apple's sales performance. Apple mainly adopts the differentiation strategy in the market competition strategy. One is the product differentiation, and Apple's mobile use its own iOS operating system. And the second is the difference of the appearance with the CEO of the company as the brand spokesperson. Uh, Jobs injected his unique personality into the corporate culture. The third is the difference in the service. Apple has many experience stores, allowing consumers to participate and truly feel the charm of Apple, thus attracting many consumers. Next page. Uh, the characteristics of Apple's corporate culture are encouraging innovation and taking risk is at the core of Apple's original culture. In addition, the liberalism and the anti-mainstream thinking have also become one of the main driving focus for the company's development. Innovation and adventure are the soul of Apple's corporate culture. You know, drives the development. Without the innovation, no enterprise can move forward. If you want to innovate, you need to forget everything, start from the scratch, and you can no longer to be concentrated by the rules and regulations of design and management. Compare with Nokia and IBM, what Apple pays attention to is not to update and upgrade the of serious products, but to explore the uniqueness of the single product infinitely, and then combine it with the highly technology and add some humanized design to meet the needs of users. The confidence is the request for success, and it is through this charisma and that Apple has become the main driver of its own growth. So the pay attention to the details is not just the direction that Apple's managers must work hard. It requires like many ordinary employee to become meticulous and in their daily work and pay attention to their observation and analysis. The only by fully understanding the wishes of consumers and the development of the same industry can keep the pace with the times. And Apple is extremely strict in the selections of personnel, and it is the strictness that can expose everyone's shining points. Under such conditions, provide them with suitable jobs and provide them with the greatest space and conditions to play for the company and its own value. Everyone has no so-called leader and bosses in their hearts, but concentrates on their study, their own fields. This kind of this kind of work not only exists at the research and development level, but also at the management level. So everyone pays attention to achievements in the field and not the level of position and power. Next page.
And now I'm going to explain the part of diversity and also the creative innovation. So diversity within the company is essential to enable the company to move forward and create a more excellent value. Apple has developed strategies to help its workforce by making diversity and addressing these issues it brings. So here is the quote from Barbara, which is the vice president of Apple. So the starting point of diversity within a company lies on the components of its employees. There should be differentiation in identity background of employees of companies, starting from the most basic gender, nationality, age, and religions and beliefs. And these are the essence of diversity. According to Apple's current announcement about the gender ratio of corporate employees, female employees will account for 34.8% of the overall workforce in 2021, a 67% overall increase compared to 2014. In terms of quantity, and compared to 2014, the percentage of whites within Apple decreased by 11.2%. And within Apple, the whites decreased by while the percentage of Asians and African Americans increased by 12.9% and 2.4% respectively. So increasing the proportion of different groups in a team helps the development of cultural diversity in a small way and allows employees to interact with people from different cultures. More broadly, it promotes friendship between the communities, accelerates the progress of globalization, and paves the way for the company to expand its business footprint. However, for employees who are not very adapted, excessively exposure the culture of an unfamiliar region may be also create degree of disconnection and prejudice. So according to the PowerPoint slides in our class, people from different regions have very different cultural backgrounds. For example, South Asian have strong family feelings. Middle Eastern population have a low status of women. Africans are sensitive to people who from unfamiliar countries, and Latinos are very loyal to groups similar to them. So Apple provides several strategies to solve these problems, and here are the two major strategies. So first is the Career Experiences program gives retail and Apple Care team members around the world opportunities to grow and contribute their talents to other teams across the company, from engineering to marketing and beyond. And secondly is they announced that our initial 100 million commitment to the racial equality and justice initiative focuses on three key areas to create lasting change. So expanding access to education, supporting criminal justice reform, and removing barriers for entrepreneurs from underrepresented communities. And move to the part of creativities in Apple. So according to so here is the quote from Mueller in 2011. The love of innovation to the point of paranoia is the critical factors in Apple's ability to perceive to this day. And according to the description of a position be creative on Apple's official website, as a creative, you are the foundation of the Apple Store's welcoming environment and invites individuals to share their ideas and learn how to bring their vision to life. This demonstrates that Apple's importance on individual innovation, drawing on different opinions and approaches, retaining interesting and achievable projects, and taking the best from the best, a constant formula in Apple's development history. And the part of individualism versus team thinking. So Apple encourages individualism, which can make difference. And Apple tends to hire thoughtful people who know how to be self-motivated. Under the leadership of Steve Jobs, Apple developed a dynamic and creative corporate culture at this inception. Apple's culture encouraged hard work and emphasized individual achievement. But however, all companies go through a certain degrees of transformation. To use an analogy, it is as if a developing country has reached a certain standard of development and will gradually become a developed country. Um, according to Joe, believing the conventional management had certified innovation jobs in his first year returning as CEOs, laid off the general managers of all business units, put the entire company under one P&L, and combined the disparate functional departments of the business units into one functional organization. It must be admitted that Steve Jobs was an excellent manager who knew the shift from an innovation team to a functional department to a multi-departmental structure requires decisive decisions. History has proven that it is the choice were correct. From Steve Jobs' decision and Apple's later development, we can see that technology is not the most important thing. The pursuit of technological leadership and technology that is too far ahead its time often results a challenging market for consumer to discuss and need a certain level of acceptance. So this means that while Apple is still encouraging the employees and users to keep innovating, the premise is to reduce the high risk accompanying high risk of new investment. And so move to the last part of conclusion. So most companies tend to go to two extremes in terms of innovation. One category on technology and technology ignoring consumers' feeling. And other category follows the reality of the demand entirely. What products are available follow the trend. Both types of innovation can get them into trouble. Learning Apple's is not to copy its business model, but to learn Apple's spirit of technological invention, the nature of product excellence, and the precise positioning of users and the market. Apple's culture is a gradual cultivation of customer loyalty, and they put all available resources into Apple products and culture. Therefore, modern companies learning from Apple must have an awareness of long-term brand building and need for culture heritage and need for teamwork spirit. And pretty much that's it for our presentation today. And here is the references, and thanks for your patience.